Hey, what's up, everybody? It's J Rock right here. Today I'm gonna be hitting you with a fragrance haul. So if you like fragrance related content, consider hitting that subscribe button. That way I'll keep you updated on all my future videos. Okay, this order is from fragrancebuy.com. This is my first purchase I've ever done from there. So it's my first order. So let me show you the packaging and talk about the whole experience as we go along. Yeah, so we're about halfway through the year. I believe I drank twice all year, I think, because for the most part the bars and so forth have been closed. So I decided to buy me one of these, Hennessy. Since I hadn't been drinking in a minute, I thought I'd treat myself a little, go with something a little better. So I didn't get the regular Hennessy. I got Hennessy Privilege, the VSOP. I haven't bought a bottle of this in a minute. Been since last year. It's pretty good. I mixed it with a Monster drink though. So I mixed it, and you know what? This stuff, it's too good to mix with Monster. Honestly, you gotta drink that on the rocks or maybe with some Coca-Cola. Because when you're mixing it with Monster, you get the strong flavor of the Monster. So you might as well just mix it with something cheaper. Like a $10, $20 bottle of vodka. Why mix it with the expensive stuff? At least that's what I told myself when I started drinking this. It's like, why didn't I just mix it with something cheap? As for the shipping process and so forth, I believe I made an order on Wednesday and one on Friday from Fragrance Buy. So I made two purchases, and they told me we don't ship it out till Mondays. We ship every Monday. Okay, so then they whatever you ordered during that week, they ship it all together on Monday. So I got everything in one box, both orders in one box. Got shipped Monday, got here Friday. So the process was pretty quick. The shipping and so forth took 5 days. I'm cool with that. I have more than enough fragrances to hold me down for those 5 days I'm waiting, right? This is the box. It's pretty cool. This almost looks like I might even keep it. Like you could reuse it, right? So you open it like this. It has all the fragrance buy info right there. You open it like this. You put the flaps in here. But check it out. Once you open it over here, it has another one. You open this way. So you see it's very sturdy. I like the way this box is made. It has the logo and so forth. Like I said, you could keep the box and put and store other things in here. This is the first fragrance. I've just been opening it right now. This is the box. It's Atelier the Source, they're called. And this one is called Crepuscule des Ames. The box. I seen Steven from Red Lessons. He was doing believe it was him. They were doing a review on one of these, and I noticed the boxes, they open differently. They would open up. They'll slide up. This one opens this way, and you slide they will have this box inside it. So I guess they're being packaged differently now. Once you take this box out, it slides open like the Banana Republic fragrances, which is fine. I honestly, I find myself carrying less and less about the boxes. Because when I first got into the fragrance game, I would be wild sometimes, like, oh, that's a real nice box, this and that. And as the more you accumulate, take up when you got these big boxes. So the more I'm just like, you know what, I don't even care about the boxes. I almost feel like throwing them away. But I do keep them just in case I ever want to resell something. I keep the box because it makes it easier to resell to someone when it has the full presentation and so forth. Okay, so this is the bottle. You all familiar with these? These fragrances have some of the best bottles in the game, in my opinion. I really love these. They got some weight to them. I got the Course of Angels, I believe it's called. This one is Crepulus, as I said. It has these like stars in the back. It really feels nice against your palm like this when you're holding it. Even the shape of the bottle itself, it's a great shape. Like it's easy to hold. The cap is super heavy. I hear everybody raving and talking about the Parfums de Marley caps, how heavy they are. Nobody talks about these. These are just as heavy. And these bottles, in my opinion, is not even close. They're a million times better looking. And then they have like some gold flakes in their look. That looks pretty crazy too. That looks tight. All right, let's give it a spray. Oh yeah. Oh, let it develop a little. It's already smelling pretty nice. Give it a few minutes. Let's open the next box. This one is from the House of Guerlain. It's this one's called Bois Mysterioux. Bois Mysterioux. I've heard about this through Fragrance Journey. He has some great content out there. If you didn't know, now you know. So go ahead and check him out. And honestly, I don't even remember what he described this as. I just remember liking the bottle, and I remember I said I want to get a few Guerlains in my collection, so I decided to go with this one because I do like this the way these bottles look on this line. And as a collector, that's something I buy as well. Just sometimes it looks appealing visually. Of course, we know for practical juice, for practical reasons, what you actually want is the juice, right? You want to smell it, you want it to smell good. Well, for me, unconventional reasons as a collector, I like to collect sometimes just for the visual of the bottle and so forth. Because I said this before, for me, the bottle are a work of art themselves. Some of them, they take a lot of thought as well as just as much as the fragrance sometimes. And the people that work with glass and so forth that do this, they got a hard job out there too. So what they do is art, in my opinion. So yeah, this one it's a winner either way because I like the bottle, but I really it's kind of like a blind bag. I don't remember exactly what it was supposed to smell like. I have two of these. Not sure I want any more. With this one, this will be my second because I know this line is a lot of like uh, heavy leathers and ooze and roses. I'm not sure I need any more of that in my collection. So I was like, I don't really want to spend those big bucks on those fragrances. I was like, I just want to get one more. And this one, I've been wanting this one. It's been on my hit list for a while. So glad to finally have it. Let's check this one out, what it smells like. Oh, sprayer, that's kind of sucky. I don't remember how the other one I have, how the sprayer works. I assume it's the same as this one. I have the Eternal Amber. I believe that's the name of it, the purple bottle. That here in my house, sometimes I have people over and so forth. Since this COVID situation, nobody really comes over. But before that, people come over to the house. Wow, this smells really fresh. It's really fresh and like almost like a clean smell to it. But it's not light though. It's not light. It's a heavy scent, but it's fresh and clean. Because usually when you say fresh, people associate that, or you say clean, to associate it with like a light, citrusy type of fragrance. This isn't light. This isn't bright. It isn't any of that. But it's clean. It's fresh. I'm liking this opening. It's nice. Let's get back to this Atelier one. Man, this one's really shaping up. This one's smelling real good right now. It has a sex appeal to it. It's sexy to me. I could see this being worn on a daily for me personally, but I could definitely see somebody using this as their night out, their fragrance they wear to impress somebody. It's nice. It has I think it has cardamom. This is kind of like a leather fragrance, but it's lighter than other leather fragrances to me, which I'm surprised because I heard it described as very heavy and dense and powerhouse. It's nice though. So before I got off track, I was talking about people used to come over to the house once in a while, check out my fragrances. They came over to hang out, but then I started talking about the fragrances, get them to check out a few, voice their opinions. And I have the purple bottle of these, like I said. That was probably the most unpopular fragrance I've ever shown people. I shown it to like a group of like three people before, then like another group of two people at a separate day. And all across the boards, everybody hated it. One person even said it smells like throw up. So yeah, the purple bottle of this, I was like, wow, really? And then I didn't even apologize because I was like, wow, really? That they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Then I was like, it's cool. I'm not offended. I have hundreds of fragrances. I don't care if you don't like one. It's not gonna offend me. Some of these I don't even like that much myself. So, anyways, yeah, needless to say, it was not popular. So I'll be interesting to see what people think about this one. This one, I think it's more straightforward of what it's trying to do. It's kind of like a clean leather fragrance, but it has some freshness to it. And the purple one, it's hard to, it has an iris smell to me, but I haven't given any full wearings yet to really like observe what it's trying to do. Okay, so You know what? Let's go back to this one more time. Yeah, it's becoming more and more leather, and just with like a little, the freshness kind of went away, and it's just like a leather scent. This one, man, this one just keeps smelling better. This Atelier, this one knocked it out of the ballpark for me. It was worth every penny, and I haven't even gave it a full wear, and I'm already in love with it right now. Now I'm starting to get a little bit of a tea smell, like almost like chamomile, like when you're putting a chamomile in your mug. That smell you get, I'm getting some of that here with some cardamom, maybe even some incense. Incense, yeah, maybe even some of that. This one's really good. I have never seen this on anybody's list, top tens or springs or anything. I don't know why, because it smells real good, and it's to me it's pretty versatile. You could use it for different things because it has some a little bit of a citrusy feel to it as well. So I don't know why I haven't seen this in more lists. Another one that was on my wish list and is completely off my wish list is this one, Armagh Milestone. I have gotten a few Armaghs, and I was not a fan of them. They're not my thing. I know they have a big fan base, and it's like a clone house. I got in two, and I didn't. I won them once or twice, and decided, you know what, I don't want them. They're not my thing. So I decided to give them another try though because I saw this one kind of hyped up, and I did want an alternative to Millennium Imperial by Creed, which this is what this is. It's a clone of. Said, you know what, I wanted, but I wanted for the price to drop at a price I like. Most of these I've been having on my list for a while, and now they're finally, I found them at prices I can work with. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on these and just go ahead and order all of them while they're at this price, because I never see them at these low prices that they were at Fragrance Buy. And good thing I did, because after I bought all these, I checked like a day or two later. I bought them on one order on Wednesday, one on Friday. When I checked on Sunday, they were all of the ones I ordered were sold out. I think except this one. So I was like, good thing I bought good thing I made an order of each one. I almost wish I would have bought more stuff that was on my list, because now the other stuff that was on my list was also sold out, and I was considering like maybe I'll make another order because there's a few more things I want that were at really good prices, and they were all gone. So that's that. On Fragrance Net, you don't see that often. I see that a lot with Cool Water Intense. They constantly sell out of it. But other stuff on my list is never sold out on Fragrance Net. So I don't know if it's like a bigger warehouse or a bigger website. I'm not sure. But these had some great prices, and I was happy I picked everything up before it sold out. So let's check this one out. So yeah, our Armagh, like I said, is batting 0 for me personally. This is the bottle fingerprint magnet. It looks really ugly with all those fingerprints, but the bottle itself, when it's clean, it shines and it looks pretty cool. It's kind of basic, but what makes it look cool is that glare, that gold plating is what makes it look kind of cool. The bottle itself is kind of basic. Let's see the top. Oh, you can't even see the atomizer. It's right there, but you can see the white spot because it's black as well. I'm gonna be smelling like a million colognes up in here right now. This one, the size is weird too. It's 105 mil. I mean, why not just 100? But that's cool. We get an extra 5 mils. I ain't complaining. Right away, this opening, I don't like it. It's I mean, you could tell it's trying to be Millennium Imperial, but in my opinion, it's not close enough. It's not close enough to where I would be satisfied with it, at least by this opening. One thing I learned being in the fragrance game over a year now is you gotta let the notes and so forth settle down and do their thing. Don't judge just by the opening. Like I always used to do that at stores. You just spray it, and in the first 2 minutes, you either like it or you don't. And I know you gotta give them time sometimes. But right now, it just smells like something that's trying to be Millennium Imperial, but kind of failed. Like if you ever gone to Del Taco and you're like, yeah, it's kind of the crunchy tacos. Like it's kind of trying to be Taco Bell, but they're not as good. It's like they don't pass. Okay, these are no longer gonna be first impressions or anything like that because I sprayed them. I deleted the initial first impressions, and then something happened here that we'll get to in a minute, and I re-recorded these last ones. So this is from the Atelier line, from the Riviera line. The Riviera line are blue ones. It's their fresh Aquatics. So they're like citrusy Aquatics. Then their gold ones are the citrusy florals. Then you had some with a black top that are their darker winter or nighttime fragrances. I think the black tops have the most offerings. These blue ones, I think they only have 3. So I got this at a pretty good price. If I find more of them at that price, I'll buy the whole collection considering it's just 3 of them. So yeah, I just sprayed this and it was a real fresh, juicy opening. It's like a grapefruit smell. And it literally smells like if I just cut a grapefruit into 4 pieces on a plate and it's just in front of me like that and I'm just smelling it. It smells very authentic, very like natural, which I was digging. That was nice. The scent profile itself, I feel like it's not anything original because I just mainly get the grapefruit. So we'll see if it transitions any during the course of the wear once I start wearing it. But judging by what it is, these they don't have a lot of depth or go through a lot of transitions in my experience. The fresh citrusy scents, they don't do a lot of that. Unlike this other citrusy floral, which every time I smell it, it just gets better and better. But this one, it smells nice. It's I don't think it's like anything different. It's just doing what's been done before. It's just doing it better. Yeah, this one's a nice one. Like I said, I expect to see more of these, especially if I find them at the price I got all these for a fragrance buy. If they restock and the price stays the same, I'm definitely gonna go after them. Let's check out the Milestone. Yeah, it's getting better now. Been on here about 5-10 minutes. I'm liking it more. It's getting closer to the real deal. I still have a little bit left on the decan of the original Creed one, and I'm gonna try to compare both of them. I'll probably do a video on it. I love doing comparisons of a clone and an original. I've done it a few times on this channel because I feel that way when you're comparing it to trying to do the same thing, you get to pick it apart and really check out every note and every difference. Like, oh, this one did this one didn't. So you really get to understand the fragrance a lot more and notice things you may not have noticed before when you're directly comparing it to another one, because you're looking for every little change to point them out. You know what I mean? So I might go ahead and drop one of those videos for you guys. But yeah, it's getting better. Now we're getting to the dud in the batch. That's the strikeout right here. It's Davidoff Water, the coolest edition. Now this one, it was a tester box, obviously. Digging the bottle, it's a blue metallic bottle. Looks pretty sick. It's a big boy too. It's a big bottle. Now this one, it's supposed to smell like oranges and lavender. When you smell it off the atomizer, I sprayed it a few times, and this is where we're gonna talk about a sad story right here. It's kind of disappointing. It threw me off the video a little bit. When I sprayed this, you're supposed to get orange and lavender, right? So it's gonna be citrusy and kind of clean. And you get some of the orange and more. I get more of the lavender than anything. You get the lavender for like, I don't know, 30 seconds, 1 minute. Then it just, and you do get the orange as well. Then it just quickly dies off. And then like 2 minutes into the fragrance, it just smells like old newspaper. That's what I get from it. And I was like, I know this smell, this newspaper smell. Like the opening for those first few seconds, it kind of gives you an idea of what it's supposed to smell like. Then it just quickly goes bad. So right when I got that newspaper smell, I was like, I know this smell, it's gone bad already. It's no good. Something happened, whatever. Doesn't smell like it's supposed to. So I have this bottle that somebody sold me that was also no good, and I never threw it away. I always keep it just for in case I get another fragrance that doesn't smell good or smells off to me, I could compare it to see if I get the same smell. I go, this is how a bad fragrance is supposed to smell. So I sprayed this one, gave it 2-3 minutes. Then I sprayed the other one, gave it 2-3 minutes, and then they smell the same. I go, yeah, they both smell the same, like old newspaper, or like maybe the dust on the bookshelf, like these shelves when I don't clean them, how they smell dusty. They have dust on them. That's the smell I get from this. So I was like, it's gone bad. The other one does the same thing. Only in like the first minute, they smell different. They smell how they're each supposed to smell. Then 2-3 minutes into it, they smell the same. Now, depending on how bad the fragrance has gotten, sometimes you could get the actual smell of the fragrance for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and then it starts smelling like old newspaper. So sometimes the top notes can hang on there a little longer, but there's never gonna be more than like 10 minutes. It's not gonna be there too long. This one does that. So that was kind of disappointment. I was like, oh fuck. Like I was like, man, and I was excited for this one too. I was excited for all of them. When I smell it off the atomizer, it still smells good. I can smell that orange, that freshness. It smells good off the atomizer, but once you spray it, you get this smell for a few seconds, then you get a completely different smell. So that sucks. I messaged Fragrance Buy, and they're pretty good about it. They said, you know what, give it a day or two. Maybe 2 days later, when you hop off the shower and so forth, spray it on again. Throw it on that day and see if you notice any differences. If it still does the same thing, email us back. So, email them back Monday or Tuesday once I try it on a few times or whatever, see what happens. And if it's still dud, email them back and we'll work they'll work on emailing me back a shipping label so I could return it and I guess get a refund, right? So yeah, that sucks, but at least the customer service is good. And I did spend a lot of money buying all this other stuff. Everything else was perfect. Even this is not their fault. If it doesn't smell good, doesn't smell good. I mean, they have nothing to do with that. That's other factors go into it. The weather, where the post office left them or whatever, right? So it is what it is. That kind of sucks because I was excited to get this one too. I've been wanting this one and the Intense version. Cool Water Intense, Cool Water Coolest Edition, and the Caribbean are the cool waters on my list. Maybe even the Wave, because I've been hearing some buzz about Wave that it's pretty good. So I might even, since they're pretty cheap, I might even get that one. Those I'm in no hurry to get them, but I will get them eventually because they're pretty cheap. I could get them whenever. They'll be more as a just throw in into one of my orders, just so that I could complete the free shipping and so forth. So yeah, guys, these are all the fragrances. This was the one knock on the whole experience. But other than that, it was a really good experience from Fragrance Buy. I was really impressed with the way they packaged everything and how fast it got here, considering it's from Canada. And also the prices, I was stoked with. A lot of stuff is more expensive than FragranceNet, but some of this stuff you get at a cheaper deal than FragranceNet. So that Bois Mysterioux, I've been wanting that for a while, and everywhere it's like 200. When I saw it at, I think it was like 130 or something, I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm ordering it right now. So yeah, guys, if you haven't tried that website, I definitely recommend it. Everything has been a positive experience. Check it out. Give them a chance if you haven't yet. Other than that, I just like to thank you guys for taking some time out of your day, checking out the video and whatnot. And I'll just check you guys out next time.